Hello everyone, this is Rebecca Sophia. Welcome to day 2 of our Periscope training, Make Money for Real. This is day 2 and we're talking about getting down to business. Welcome to all of you joining us. I'll give you a minute to sign on and send me lots of hearts because I love seeing the hearts, and we'll get started in just a minute. This is day 2. Thank you, here they come. Thanks for the hearts. Day 2 of our Periscope training. All about making money for real, okay? Not for joking or for mucking around, making money for real. Real money that supports real lives, that makes us the real women that we're meant to be. Once we work out the best way that we can to bridge the gap between where we are and where we want to go. And we talked yesterday about that, and thank you for joining us. Welcome Blossoms, who's just joined us. Thank you for the hearts. I'll give you a couple more minutes till you get online, and if you're joining us today and you haven't signed on yet to join the Periscope training and get the replays, then make sure you sign up to rebeccasophia.com/make money, and you will get all the details, the replays, and all the information also for our live call tomorrow. Tomorrow is day 3 and we'll be taking live questions about this very important topic. But today we're talking about day 2 and, like I said, getting down to business. So let me just see if I can put this down now. And welcome, Super DA's just joined us. And we're in day 2 of our Periscope training, Make Money for Real, and we're talking about getting down to business. So let me just see if I can flip this so you can see me. There we go. Let's see if we can straighten that up. Hello and welcome, and thank you for the hearts. Okay, that should work. Hopefully you can see me and it's the straight way up. And Melissa, if you can type in for us the URL that I just mentioned for people who are just joining us to sign up and get the replays for today and also for our live call that's happening tomorrow. Okay, this is probably the best I can do without holding the phone, and actually maybe I will just hold the phone. Hang on a sec. Okay, hope you can see me better there. Okay, welcome. Yesterday we talked about, in day 1, getting into reality with where we're at, getting into reality with where we're heading, and then what the gap is, okay? So we cannot get anywhere in life, achieve anything we want to achieve, unless we know those truths, okay? Where are we currently? What are our current expenses? What is the current income coming in? We need to get real with that. And then we need to have a vision of where we're heading, okay? So once we know where we're at currently, then we have a vision of where we're heading. There's obviously a gap, okay? And that's the gap that I'm talking about, and that's the gap that we're talking about today specifically, bridging that gap and creating the money that you need to start living the vision that you desire, okay? So and there are a number of ways that you can do that. And there are a number of ways that, lots of different ways to make money, to bridge the gap and start living the life that we desire, so that we can travel, so that we can live in a beautiful home, so that we can buy the things that money does buy, and it does allow us to experience our most extraordinary life and the life that's meant for us, rather than having to live in scarcity, rather than having to live in lack and worry and stress. There is a way for us to live the life that we desire once we have found out a way to bridge the gap from where we are to where we want to go. Okay, I wish this thing was working better, but it's not. Okay, so day 2, we're talking about getting down to business. So in my case, let me just share with you where I was at, where I was heading, and what I did to bridge that gap, okay? So and I've been doing this throughout my life, as I mentioned yesterday. even intuitively, without knowing how that I was, particularly doing it, I was having a vision, and I was letting that vision draw me forward. And then I would go on and take the action and take the steps and get to that vision, because that was what I was striving for. Okay. And I would always bridge the gap with, I would always bridge the gap with different action. And in this case, when I'm talking to you about two different ways that I've used in my life to create money to bridge that gap. And that is one, online coaching business, which I set up for myself about 14 months ago now. And the second way is property, which is something that I've been doing for a long time, on and off in my life, and something that I've picked up again recently. And I coach women in both those areas. Okay. And, so when I set out to look at this in my own life, about 14 months ago, some of you who have heard my story know that I went through a really dark time in my life, and I was looking for something else that I could do in terms of a career, but that could also bring some money in to allow me to continue living the life and lifestyle that I desired and that I was living when I was working in the corporate world. When I was in corporate, I was earning great money, and I could use that money to invest in property. I could use that money to live a great lifestyle, but I didn't want to go back to corporate. So you might be finding yourself in a similar situation where you're in a job, you're not entirely happy, or circumstances change and you don't want to be there anymore, but you need to find another way to bring money in. Okay. So I discovered coaching. And when I did, I realized that this is what I wanted to do. That then became the decision that I made, that I'm going to set up and grow an online coaching business. And there were certain things I needed to know to do that, which I didn't know when I started. Okay, so I needed to go out and get that knowledge. And I hired people. And if you've gone through my steps before, you would have known that, I made the decision, I created a plan, then I got support. And I hired a number of coaches to teach me the bits that I was missing to bridge the gap, okay, from where I was to where I wanted to go. And some of them were great coaches and some of them were okay. And one of them in particular was really terrible. Actually, she did not deliver anything on what I had signed up for. But I could have taken that experience, and I had spent quite a lot of money on this particular coach, and I could have taken that experience to be, well, this didn't work for me, so I'm going to throw it away and do something else. But I didn't. I took that and I turned it around, and I took what I could from all the bits and pieces that I had gone out and invested in myself to learn about. And I created my own system. Okay. So 12 to 14 months ago, when I started this coaching business, I wasn't, I had no list. I had no clients. I had a vision. Okay. I had a vision of what I wanted. And then I needed to bridge the gap from where I was to where I wanted to be. So back in September 2014, I only dreamed about having the business that I have now, having the following that I have now, having the list that I have now, having the clients that I have now. Okay, they were just a vision. And I knew that I had to do a lot of things. I had to get my backside into gear basically and do a lot of things to get me to where I wanted to be. Okay, was it hard work? Yes, absolutely. Was it a hustle? Yes, definitely. Was it, a walk in the park? No, it wasn't, but was it fulfilling and one of the best years of my life? Absolutely. And this comes with anything worthwhile that you're building and creating. Okay. And I knew also that having just started in that business, that I would need to invest some money in that, not just to get coaching, but to get my systems and structures up and running, to get the, all the bits and pieces for this online coaching to work. Okay. I needed to get my marketing and my messaging correct. I needed to invest in a great website and photos. I needed to invest in, a mail responder what do you call it? I use MailChimp, okay? I needed to invest in all the systems and structures that would help me to get my message out there, which would connect me to the women out there, that would allow me then to grow my business, which is what I desired to do, which was what my vision was, okay? So there was a gap, and I started to fill the gap. And I started to take actions and steps towards that gap. And if you've listened to any of my previous training, I take you through the 10 steps that I took. But today we're talking specifically about making money. And so the 2 ways, as I mentioned before, that I use to make money, and thank you for the hearts, is online coaching business. So I set up an online life and business success coaching business to help women with their life and their business, to show them how they could also turn things around in their life and start and grow a business and make money to fund the life and lifestyle they desire, and also to bridge the gap from where they are to where they truly want it to be. Okay, so that was how I started. And, you know, you might be in a similar situation, like I said, where you're looking for an alternative to what you're doing right now. Maybe you're in a corporate job and you don't like it, and you're sick of being stuck in an office and in a cubicle 24/7. Maybe you want to travel some more like I did. Maybe you want to, you know, buy a beautiful home to live in. Maybe you want to do some investments. Maybe you want to buy a new wardrobe. Whatever it is for you, you need to have a vision. And I took you through the exercise yesterday and also in previous training. Thank you for the hearts. That, you know, once you have a vision in the future, you dial it back and dial it back and dial it back till you get to today. You know, where am I today? What do I need to do to get to my 5-year plan? Okay, in 5 years, I'm going to be there. Where will I need to be in 3 years, in 1 year, in 3 months, in 1 month, this week? What is it I need to be doing exactly to get me to grow my business, to get me to grow my following, to get me to grow my list, to get me to, you know, become more visible and be out there and speak to the women that I'm hoping to help, right? To show as well, so that they could live their best life, you know? So then you put one foot in front of the other, one step, the next step, and before you know it, like I mentioned previously, opportunities come up, situations arise, you meet people, and, you know, and it just, you know, it doesn't always necessarily like work overnight, but there is obviously work involved, and a lot of people that do try this sort of stuff it doesn't always work out for them. That's the reality. Okay, we're talking about reality today. And the reason it doesn't work out for them, they could also be using online coaching business as a way to make money. They could also be using property as a vehicle to make money. And they might be losing money, or they might not be making the money that they thought they would make. And there are reasons for that. Okay, there is something that needs tweaking. There is something that, you know, whether it's in your mindset, or whether it's in your systems and structures, that needs adjusting, that needs tweaking, that needs someone that's been there before to show you and coach you and mentor you along the way, okay? And, you know, not giving up on yourself, and not, you know, taking no for an answer, and not like just saying, oh, this is all too hard, but actually trusting yourself and trusting your decisions and trusting that you're going to do whatever it takes if this is something you've decided to do, okay? So I just want to actually flip the screen and share with you what I'm talking about here, just to make it a little bit more, here we go, a little bit more of a picture for you to follow, okay? So we talked about where are we currently, and I just drew this up before we started, and I'll add to it now. Where are we going in our vision? What's the gap? Okay, and today we're talking about bridging the gap with different ways to make money. And I'm talking to you about online coaching as one of the ways, and property is another. And I do coach in both, but today specifically we're talking about online coaching because this is an area that I find a lot of women that are looking to make a change can actually get started in, okay? Property is something that you need some cash to invest in initially for a deposit. You need some serviceability. And so that's a whole other sort of business model, which I'm happy to talk to you about if that's something that you desire and that's something that you think is for you. Today we're talking about online coaching, and specifically there are two pieces as far as I'm concerned that will help you become successful in setting up your online coaching business or any online business actually, okay? And they are mindset, okay? M for mindset, and systems and structures. So you need both. And this is why, you know, when I set up my program recently, my signature program, Take Off in Your Life and Business, we'll just put it here like this, it actually incorporates both the mindset pieces and the systems and structures that you need to make money in your business. Because there's a lot of people that start out, and if you go online, there's hundreds of people out there, you know, posting and trying to get clients, but they don't have the whole funnel worked out. They don't have the right marketing in place. They don't have the consistent messaging and the communication with their clients. They don't have, you know, the systems and structures they need to get a client in one end and, you know, through a Facebook ad, for instance, through a funnel, through a series of automated responses to get that person on your calls, on your webinar, on your Periscope, then onto, you know, becoming a client. So this is what I teach about, and I'll be speaking more about the Take Off in Your Life and Business program tomorrow in our live Q&A. So details for that are, if you go to that URL and sign up that I mentioned earlier, and Melissa will type it in as well, it's RebeccaSophia.com/make-money, and that will get you on the list and will give you all the details, including the replays of all this to watch yourself, okay? And use as a tool to help you in your pursuit from where you are currently to where you want to go and to bridge that gap, okay? And so, you know, tomorrow I'll be taking more of your questions. Tomorrow I'll be wanting to hear from you live. It's actually a live call where I can answer you and hear your voice. And I'd love to get to meet you and get to know you and talk to you specifically about the Take Off in Your Life and Business program, which at the moment is my signature program. And I'm focusing on that. I'm not going and creating lots of other programs at the moment, because this is something that I truly believe helps women. It's helped me. It's helped my clients. I mean, I have a number of clients that have gone through it now, and the results speak for themselves, okay? Because you're using both the mindset shifts as well as the know-how in terms of putting together the systems and structures for that business, and also getting coaching and mentoring from someone who's lived life, who's not just, you know, a newbie person, who's lived enough life, who's actually been in business, who's made money, who's lost money, and who has now, you know, making money again, and can help you to do the same. Okay, this is real stuff. I'm not scripted here. I'm talking to you from my heart. And let me just flip so I can see you as well. Thank you for the beautiful hearts. I want to help you. I want to support you. I want to hear your voice on the live Q&A tomorrow. I want to share with you a great opportunity that I've never shared before, that I've not done before, in terms of, you know, a really super special investment opportunity regarding the Take Off in Your Life and Business program. So come along tomorrow. You don't want to miss that call if you're a woman that wants to start her own online coaching business or her own online anything business. And if you have an idea, or you have a, you know, or you've already started but you're not being successful, then come along to the call tomorrow. I'm going to share with you what I do in that program, and I'm going to share with you a great opportunity for you to join us. It's the end of the year now, to be ready for 2016, to be ready for the life of your dreams, to be ready for that vision that you've got for yourself, and to bridge the gap from where you are to where you want to go. Okay, so I thank you again for joining me today. I'd love to get to know you. I'd love to hear your questions. If you want to write in, then please feel free to email me or my team at rebecca@rebeccasophia.com. I'd love to hear from you. Come on over to our Facebook group as well, the Global Woman Entrepreneur. And there are, 2,000 plus women in there that are doing the same. They're getting started in their life and business. They're turning things around. And that's the place to be, to get inspiration and to get support and to have your questions answered as well. So thank you. Have a wonderful day. I look forward to speaking with you tomorrow and taking this subject a step further in terms of making money for real and getting down to business and getting down to reality so that we can get to where we want to go. Okay, so all the best. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.